Today on NewsCenter, take a look at how the Earthwise Eagles are assisting tree recovery around the Commonwealth, learn how seniors are preparing to take their final walk across the graduation stage, and see how the Eagles are faring in the College Basketball Invitational Finals. All this and more today on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Jacob Miller.
And I'm Kinsey Thompson. Thanks for joining us. Here's your headlines from March 31st, 2016.
Exciting day for Morehead State Monday when Kentucky U.S. Senator and former GOP presidential candidate Rand Paul held a town hall meeting in the Kibbe Room in Burt Combs. NewsCenter's political correspondent, Chad Hedrick, was there and joins us from the NewsCenter newsroom with the details of the senator's stop. Chad?
Yeah, guys, exciting for sure. It's not every week that a senator holds a town hall meeting on campus. MSU students, faculty, and staff packed into the Kibbe Room to hear Senator Paul speak about the current state of government spending, Governor Matt Bevin's proposed budget cuts, as well as take questions from students. Senator Rand Paul's town hall on Morehead State's campus was met with great excitement.
Well, I think it was a great honor for Morehead State to have him here on the campus. I know us students really appreciated him taking time from his schedule. He's been traveling all over Eastern Kentucky. He hit Ashland, Grayson, now Morehead today. I think he's going to West Liberty. So it just says a lot about him that he's willing to come here and talk to us, and I really appreciate it.
Dozens gathered to hear Senator Paul speak for about 45 minutes on many issues facing Kentucky, especially the budget cuts the university faces.
Not everybody's happy, maybe some in this room, with what's going on with some of the budget. However, I will tell you the advantage of Frankfurt over Washington is they have a finite amount of money and they're trying to figure out the problems. So we can argue and debate, but if we don't like it coming from higher education, tell them where it ought to come from.
The senator also took some questions from the audience, one in particular about GOP candidates Donald Trump and Ted Cruz's comments on Muslims entering the U.S.
We've heard remarks from people like Ted Cruz saying that we need to have surveillance of all Muslims, or from Donald Trump who said we need to deport all Muslims. So I was wondering, asking for someone who meets with these people a lot, is there anything being done by legislators right now to have something like that implemented into society?
I don't like the idea of basing something on religion. However, I'm realist enough to know that most of the terrorists are coming from certain parts of the world. Some countries have active terrorist bases. So for example, if you said to me, is it a good idea to let people come without a lot of scrutiny from Libya? I would say, hell no.
After the town hall, Senator Paul spoke to the press where he elaborated to NewsCenter on what he thinks of the current state of the presidential race.
Disgust. Well, really, I mean, when people are insulting people's spouses, I think that's fairly juvenile. You know, do you know anybody after third grade that would send a bad picture of someone's wife or girlfriend out? I mean, that's sort of the, I just can't imagine someone, I really cannot imagine even knowing somebody who would do that.
Now, guys, Senator Paul also talked about how bad he believes Hillary Clinton would be for Kentucky if elected president, saying that she will be as anti-Kentucky as President Obama has been. Now, of course, all this comes from a recent town hall where she said that she and her administration would put a lot of coal companies out of business. In the NewsCenter newsroom, I'm Chad Hedrick. Back over to you guys.
Chad, thanks. Altogether, Senator Paul visited 5 counties on Monday and 4 more on Tuesday.
Kentucky lawmakers have worked to close a legal loophole blamed for shielding sexual predators whose young victims can't say exactly when and where they were abused. The bill won final passage Tuesday in the Senate and goes to Governor Matt Bevin. The measure stems from a court ruling that overturned the conviction of a man accused of sexually assaulting his stepdaughter while the child's mother was deployed with the military. In her testimony, the child was unable to say specifically when and where it happened. The measure would close the loophole by creating a continuous course of conduct law that would allow children or vulnerable adults to testify to a pattern of abuse without being penalized for not remembering exact dates and places where the abuse occurred.
A bill aimed at establishing a statewide definition of bullying in Kentucky public schools is headed to Governor Matt Bevin's desk after clearing the State General Assembly. The measure passed the House with no debate on Monday. It cleared the Senate earlier this month. The bill's lead sponsor, Republican Senator Danny Carroll of Paducah, says the standardized definition would provide schools with more guidance in identifying and stopping bullying. He says the definition would be incorporated into codes of conduct at schools and would allow schools to accurately report the number of bullying incidents.
Tensions are high between Republicans and Democrats over Kentucky's more than $65 billion spending plan. Governor Matt Bevin called a news conference this week to blame House leaders for refusing to negotiate. Bevin says he and Republican legislative leaders are willing to compromise to pass a budget before the legislature adjourns for the year. But he said Democratic House Speaker Greg Stumbo was not being truthful and told reporters not to be played by Stumbo's bluffs. That's in response to Stumbo's comments to reporters when he said Bevin should spend less time making silly Facebook videos and pick up the phone and call him. Bevin posted a video late Monday night calling on the legislature to pass a budget. Now the legislative session is supposed to end on April 12th, but the final day could get pushed back to the 15th if an agreement on the budget cannot be made.
A Lexington native and her husband were confirmed to be among those killed in last week's attacks in Brussels, Belgium. The family of Justin and Stephanie Schultz confirmed their deaths on social media. The couple had lived in Brussels since 2014. They were killed in the airport bombing after saying goodbye to Stephanie's mom, who had been there visiting. And more than 35 people were killed in the dual bombings at the airport and subway station. Officials are still looking on the search for a man connected to the bombings. 2 other suspects were killed in the attacks.
6 people from Tennessee and Kentucky are among the 61 prisoners who had their sentences commuted by President Barack Obama. All 6 whose sentences were commuted Wednesday were drug dealers who were sentenced to serve anywhere from 16 years to life in prison. Robert Anthony Anderson of Louisville was originally sentenced to serve a life sentence for his alleged involvement in a cocaine distribution ring. Nathan Carter of Memphis was also serving a life sentence after he was convicted on 2 counts of possession of cocaine with intent to distribute. 1 count involved 121 grams of the cocaine, and the other amount was 65.8 grams. 4 of the 6 are scheduled to be released on July 28th.
Morehead State University's Earthwise Eagles are assisting the Kentucky Tree Recovery Campaign by distributing free tree seedlings at events throughout March and April. Wednesday, they hosted a Tree Campus USA celebration on ADEC lawn. NewsCenter's Alexis Matthews was there.
The Kentucky Tree Recovery Campaign is a partnership between the Arbor Day Foundation, the Division of Forestry, and Earthwise Eagles that provides free trees to the communities affected by the March 2012 tornadoes. Sustainability and Safety Specialist Holly Niehoff said last year they handed out free trees to the Morgan County area.
This year they're kind of moving it more north, but they hope to, be able to hand out 5,000 this year. We have a lot of farm students that also help us quite a bit, and the Environmental Eagles help us quite a bit.
The Environmental Eagles is a student-led group, while Earthwise Eagles is the Sustainability Committee, mostly made up of staff and faculty.
We try to do outreach to notify students and also the public about environmental concerns and different things that they can do to help improve the environment, improve pollinator protection, improve our environment by planting trees. Today we're celebrating our Tree Campus and Bee Campus USA designations, and so we're doing that by handing out information and showing information about pollinator protection, and also we have some brochures about protecting pollinators, and then handing out the free trees for the Arbor Day Foundation and the Forest Service. So that's just part of what we're doing to bring awareness, get people more involved, and hopefully help to restore our environment.
April 1st at 10 a.m., Earthwise Eagles have a tree planting ceremony behind Normal Hall, and the final event will be April 16th at 11 a.m. with the Earth Day Film Festival at Morehead Conference Center. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Alexis Matthews.
Coming up is Chris Horn in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast.
And it was a big week for students getting ready to graduate. We'll look at this week's grad fair next.
Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I have always depended on the kindness of strangers.
And welcome back to NewsCenter right now. Hope everyone had a lovely spring break. Right now in Moorhead it is 72 degrees. It was clear throughout most of the day until just recently, and it became partly cloudy. Looking at our record temperatures throughout today, back in 1998, 89 degrees. Good thing I'd be wearing shorts back then. Back in 1923, 12 degrees, no shorts. That's definitely for sure. Our normal highs and our normal low is 60 and 40. We are above our normal high for today. Looking at our temperatures brought to you by WKYT, it is 70 in my hometown right now. Woo, love to be right there. 70 in London, 70 in Lexington. Frankfurt, you're sitting at 71 degrees. Louisville, 73. Fort Knox, you're all sitting at 71. Bowling Green, you're sitting pretty warm right now in the Commonwealth, 74 degrees. Looking at our radar, we do have some lines of thunderstorms moving in the western part of Kentucky, which will be hitting the central part of Kentucky about this afternoon, and the eastern part by later on to tonight. As of right now, current watches and warnings, there is none, but we just recently got word where the lines of thunderstorms are. There are thunderstorm warnings. Southern part of Kentucky, you're under the severe thunderstorm watches right now. Going into tonight, thunderstorms, high of 50s, and setting right about 8 o'clock for the sunset. And now, back to Kinsey.
As the end of the year approaches, seniors are planning for their future. We talked to MSU's Alumni Association at the annual grad fair to see how they're preparing seniors to take the next big step in their lives.
Well, the grad fair is a one-stop shop for graduates who are graduating in May. We encourage all of the graduates to come through, meet the Alumni Association. The Alumni Association just wants to welcome them as our newest members and congratulate them on graduating. And then we have other university representatives set up, such as the registrar's office, that can verify that they are in fact registered to graduate and that they're on track and everything's ready to go. They can get information on graduate programs, information on financial aid, and perhaps answer questions about any loans that they may have. Career Services is here to help them with the transition into their job search, as well as some other vendors, such as an insurance vendor and a local bank that can help them with other information that may help guide them in their transition from student to alumni. The bookstore is one of the main features of the grad fair, and that is where they can buy their cap and gown and also order graduation invitations and diploma frames. And if graduates purchase their cap and gown here at the grad fair versus just any other day at the bookstore, they do get a special discount. So it's just another incentive for the graduates to come out, check out what we've got going on here, and save a little money while they're celebrating graduation. The Alumni Association's main purpose is to, keep graduates connected with the university, and by doing that, they can stay connected with each other, which provides them with networking opportunities, as well as, opportunities that can help them with their job search in the future. And so by going ahead and getting connected now and learning how the Alumni Association can aid them in that process is just, an important piece of that.
When we come back, Chris Horn has a look at your extended forecast, and Nick Oliver is in with your Eagle Athletics update.
Addison, why are you dressed up like that?
Because you're in a dream, John.
How can you prove that?
Your body's still there.
What?
Wake up and smell the coffee. Java City.
Claypool Young Art Gallery, located in the center of campus, offers a wide variety of art pieces from various contemporary artists in America. Exhibitions rotate approximately once a month and also hosts art pieces created by Morehead State University students, allowing art majors to experience the learning process of showcasing their art. Claypool Young Art Gallery. Come on over today and be inspired by aspiring MSU artists.
And welcome back to NewsCenter. Right now it's 72 degrees. Humidity sitting at 53%. Winds 22 miles an hour. Wind gusts got up to over 30 miles per hour. Ladies, your hair was probably a mess and you probably combed it for a good 5 minutes maybe. Guys, your hats probably fell off. Looking at our temperatures now, it's sitting at 70 degrees in Lexington. Going and looking at towards the southern part of Kentucky, Millsboro, you're sitting at 67. London, you're sitting at 70. We're looking at Harlan, 70. Jackson, you're sitting at 71. Fredericksburg, you're sitting at 73, which is pretty warm right now. Looking at our radar, it is right now, we got a line of thunderstorms moving in. This line of thunderstorms will be hitting about the central part of Kentucky later this afternoon and hitting into the eastern part of Kentucky about later tonight. We do have some showers up in towards Ashland, but for these line of storms right here, they will be getting stronger going throughout the afternoon. Looking at our current watches and warnings, currently we just got updated. Right now, this part right here, where the storms are, there are active warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings throughout the southern part of Kentucky. You're sitting right now in the severe thunderstorm watches. This was just recently updated, and keep an eye out as more watches and warnings may be coming in later on through the night. Looking at tonight, thunderstorms, slight risk of some tornadoes. Damaging winds is a maybe. Going and looking at high 50s tonight. Sunset would be about 8 o'clock. So you will not be seeing the moon tonight, unfortunately. And try to avoid going out tonight. Looking into tomorrow, we do have some small chances of rain. No storms. Sitting at the low 60s. Sunrise will be about 7:20. Going into our 7-day forecast, going into our weekend, the temperatures are dropping into the low 50s, high 40s. Going into Monday, we do have some chances of rain, sitting at 65. Tuesday, be about 40. We're going to be dropping back down to in the 40s with 20% chance of rain. Heading into your Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be going right back up, but there'll be some rain coming back into your forecast.
All right, thanks, Chris. I wish that the weather would just decide what it's doing. I'm sick of this up and down and everything.
I know. I don't even know how to dress for class anymore.
Exactly.
So.
You wake up and it's freezing, then middle of the day it's burning up. So.
Right.
Anyways, thanks, Chris. We're going to send it over to Nick with your Eagle Athletics.
Your home for the Morehead State Eagles. This is NewsCenter Sports.
What a time to be an Eagles fan. The men's basketball team beat Nevada Monday with a close game, making them one step closer to the College Basketball Invitational. The CBI tournament consists of 3 games, and it is the best 2 out of 3. Fortunately for MSU, they won the first game 86-83. The Eagles and the Wolfpack battled back and forth the entire game, making it hard for either team to pull away. However, a few last-minute three-pointers and free throws by the Eagles helped them to prosper. Lionel Gaines played a major key in the game as he ended with a double-double, 27 points and 14 rebounds. Gaines said their team has come a long way from the beginning of the year, and they hope to pull out a championship for their coach. NewsCenter caught up with Lionel Gaines and Coach Sean Woods to hear their post-game thoughts.
From coming from barely in the OVC, barely underachieving, to when we went on the run to this, it means so much to not only just us, the city of Morehead, to my coach Sean Woods. He always believed in us, and he's letting us play. I just want to win it for him and just for the city of Morehead and for the whole school. The next game, that's what we really got to focus on, is when we put the team, we got to really put them away.
What a championship, tournament championship atmosphere. I'm just tickled to death that our fans came out like they did and really got behind this team with great enthusiasm and geared us through. This was a total team effort by everybody from Morehead, and it's just so refreshing to end the year at home with a win in this type of atmosphere here at Morehead State. Well, we're a mirror of each other. You know, both of us like to rebound the basketball. Both of us like to drive the basketball. Both of us are pretty good defensive teams. And, you know, neither one of us wanted to wilt. And just so happened, you know, we hit a few more shots, got a few more stops than they did. And, you know, we got to do the same out there. But I'm so proud of our guys because we just finding a way to win. You know, they go on a run and our guys don't wilt. We just know that we're going to come back, hit a big shot, and then we'll get another stop. And these guys truly believe that. We've been doing it for, you know, 12 out of 13 games. The community has really gotten behind this team. The community needs it. Our team needs it. With all these budget cuts and all this negativity going around in the state of, as far as education is concerned, you know, there's no Kentucky, UK in the NCAA tournament. There's no Louisville. Somebody in Kentucky has to have a significant ending, and why not us?
Now the Eagles lost Game 2 of the series Wednesday night, falling to the Wolfpack 77-68. The Eagles will play for their first national championship in Reno tomorrow night. Tip-off is at 9 p.m. on ESPNU. Morehead State University's baseball team won against Miami of Ohio by a scorching 17-3 Tuesday. The Eagles took advantage of a strong offensive game and 4 Miami errors to burn past Miami in the early innings. 4 MSU batters collected 3 hits each. Junior right fielder Will Schneider extended his on-base streak to 16 games. And the Eagles as a whole notched their 16th game in double digits. NewsCenter caught up with head coach Mike McGuire to get his thoughts on his team's impressive victory.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it starts on the mound. We got good pitching, and Pat McGuff gave us a good start. You know, he was on a pitch count, wasn't going to pitch real deep for us, but, you know, he gave us a good start, and then, you know, we got it going early offensively, and you know, hitting's a contagious thing, and, you know, it just up and down the lineup, we had good at-bats. I mean, you know, we did a lot of guys had good days, and you know, it's a good start to the week. You know, it's a 5-game week. We want to have a good week, and so, you know, the first one's out of the way and we're off to a good start, and we got to get another one tomorrow. You know, I think we're just kind of taking it one game at a time. We'll worry about Marshall first. We haven't even talked about Marshall until after the ball game today. You know, we needed to beat Miami, Ohio, and so now that we've done that, you know, we want to bounce back and get Marshall tomorrow. You know, they kind of started a little skid for us a couple of weeks ago. You know, we had that 6-game losing streak. It started with a walk-off loss at their place, and so, you know, we want to return the favor tomorrow.
Season and are currently on a 3-game win streak. They look to continue that win streak this weekend in a series against regional rival Eastern Kentucky. And you can see a new look to Morehead State. Morehead State Athletics has entered into a multi-year agreement with Under Armour to become its official all-sports apparel provider beginning with the 2016-2017 academic year. The partnership marks the first exclusive and comprehensive all-sports partnership for Morehead State Athletics. Under Armour will provide on-field and training gear for all 16 intercollegiate sports programs. Additionally, Under Armour will outfit members of the athletic department, including coaches and support staff. And it will also make Under Armour an official provider of Morehead State apparel through numerous retail outlets, including the MSU bookstore. Assistant Athletic Director for External Affairs Brad Smith says athletics is extremely excited that Morehead State athletic brand will be associated with a globally known brand in Under Armour. And we'll be right back after this break.
Dude, where you been out all day?
Breckenridge Hall.
What's so cool about Breckenridge Hall?
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Morehead.
It's such
such a pretty place.
You may have seen over 500 Easter eggs around campus on Tuesday afternoon. The Methodist Student Center came up with a unique way to de-stress students that also tied into the spring season.
The Methodist Student Center on campus is hosting this glow-in-the-dark Easter egg hunt just to have a little bit of fun after spring break on campus, just to get people interested, to get them to come out and join us. They have candy in them, and some of them have slips of paper that they can bring back to us at the MSC that have, come see us on the porch for your prize. Inside the eggs are papers that have all of those times and events that we have on there, and contact information is found inside the MSC. You can come to me or anyone that that's a student there, and they can get you in contact with any of us if you're interested in coming.
With Easter, I think it's always clouded with, the Easter bunny and, getting candy and stuff like that. So it's really nice to be able to highlight the true meaning of Easter, which is Jesus' resurrection. And I think the best part about having a glow-in-the-dark Easter egg hunt is that it symbolizes that you can find Jesus even in the darkest of times. I want them to take away from this that Jesus is all around us. It's not just one day out of the year, it's all the time. And that there's always ways to find happiness with it and to find joy, like going on an Easter egg hunt. The MSC is always open to everybody, so we just want everybody to feel welcome to come out and to just come hang out with us.
NewsCenter reporter Jacob Valerio has taken to the campus streets to learn what students think about the student government elections.
On campus, the student government recently had elections. But what exactly do the students think about the student government?
I think that it should be more publicized, that we should know who represents the student body and which students do that.
I really do think that their opinions definitely do matter. Because, this is a scary time even for students, professors, faculty, and, everybody has the right to know about it.
I think a lot of students don't know that they know they exist, but they don't really know what they do, and they don't know how to get in contact with them. But I think that they just need to get themselves better known, and that way students can have an easier time talking to them.
I think the student government is expected to look out for the students and look out for their best interests. When things come up, like we had the Westboro Baptist people come and protest on campus, we're looking out for the students and what we can do to help them. Whether it's that or the budget cuts, we can inform them about what's going on. I think ours is much more of a informative group versus a planning or programming group.
The student government runoff elections will take place Thursday, March 31st and Friday, April 1st. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Jacob Valerio.
Finally, tonight, the stage was set for this year's Spring Sing. NewsCenter was there.
Button Auditorium was home to this year's Spring Sing, a concert and fundraiser hosted by sorority Kappa Delta and fraternity Sigma Phi Epsilon. The proceeds went to philanthropies Prince of Peace and Helping Hands.
Really being able to, first of all, give to something that we're really involved with here in the community. Being able to give money to Helping Hands is definitely the best part about it, because we have a personal relationship with the people and we see where the money goes.
10 different acts, each representing a campus organization, took the stage to entertain the large crowd and to use their talents to give back.
We've all paid for these tickets and we know where this money is going, but I hope that while we're here we don't forget the whole reason behind this event, and that we remember this is for something, it's not just for our entertainment.
Set me free, leave me be. I don't want to fall another moment into your gravity.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Nick Oliver.
The concert raised $1,500, all the money going to their philanthropies.
That's going to do it for us tonight. Remember, you can always find your news on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages.
And you can catch this broadcast again on msutv.net.
On behalf of everyone on NewsCenter, I'm Jacob Miller.
And I'm Kinsey Thompson. Have a great evening.